Bruce Fairbanks. I'm the Director of Training for the Alexandria Police Department and Director of the Alexandria Regional Police Academy.
Excellent.
I learned that it's a very useful tool when applied, either for new cadets, and basically that's how I stumbled upon it, or seasoned officers and retrainers and stuff like that.
For you?
Absolutely. When I became director, I started researching some new ideas that I had, something new that we could bring to the academy for our cadets. We serve 9 parishes in the state of Louisiana, and I believe approximately 38 different agencies. With today's time and incidents that are happening, I wanted to see if there was something that we could do different to better prepare officers mentally, other than what we're already doing, for their work in the field. And while stumbling across the internet one day, I found your product on YouTube, and I know you, so I'm like, oh, what's Parrish doing out there today? So I clicked on your video, and some of the things that you were discussing started turning wheels in my head, and I'm like, you know, this could apply to us as well. You know, we're not professional athletes, but our job basically in a 12-hour shift is emotionally high at times and then emotionally low. Statistics that we have learned throughout the years that in order to perform your best and to carry a healthy life and relationship, that fluctuation between the high and the low needs to be at a minimum. This product or emotional intelligence can help keep that gap to a minimum so that you can function as normally as you can with the things that we deal with day in and day out. Getting back to what I was saying, when we're on patrol, basically, you know, we're kind of at an even keel. You get a call. Theoretically, your awareness should go up. Your concept of what the situation should be heightened. You get to the call, you're anticipating, you're looking at what's going on, you're feeding off the information that you have, you're feeding off of the situation that's going on, and it may not turn out to be what you have prepared for. So you were up high, and then now the situation is, okay, this is cool, it's going to work out. You know, I don't have to put anybody in jail, it's a simple solve. Your emotions start to come down. But then you get back into your car and you don't answer a call for several minutes, maybe an hour or something like that, and it drops. And you kind of start, your adrenaline comes down, you know, and that needs to be regulated. You know, so yes, if we can better prepare a cadet, a new cadet in the academy to help deal with that before they get out on patrol, let them know how it's identified. Maybe they can learn to better prepare themselves mentally for what's fixing to come up so that they don't have that lag after the incident's over with.
And that requires that.
For an example, we had an officer that had to work a fatality. He was a motor officer, and this involved a motorcycle. And I'm looking at that twofold. You have him being focused on what he has to do on scene. Inside of that, you have the emotion of grief, maybe, because the guy passed away. So they're kind of working off of each other. Then, following the accident, he has to be part of the death notification to the family, which is a whole other concept in, you know, within itself. You have the anxiety of presenting or notifying a family member that a loved one has just passed away. Then from that situation to maybe a kid's parade at a school. This is going on the back of his mind. He's upset because, you know, he just worked a fatality accident. He's distraught in some way because he doesn't really know what's going on and how to. There's no easy way to tell a loved one that, or a family member that a loved one has passed away. In our mind, there's just, you know, if you're too straightforward, they'll think you're insensitive. If you're too insensitive, then you might break down within yourself. So that's going on, and he's having to control that, being at a children's parade or at a school, eating lunch with kids, which we do daily, and then at some point his day ends and he has to go home. So he has different things going on and wants to be the best parent he can be with his kids. So how to regulate what he's seeing, what he's feeling, not to bring it into his family life, if that makes sense.
100%. You know,
I think that they just haven't learned how to identify what they already have to make it work for the best of the situation and for the best for them personally, to make it an overall healthy career that they enjoy doing. And by learning how to recognize what they already know and have, could be an asset to them personally, within their career, and just all different aspects of life.
you know,
Yeah, the class was very educational, professionally submitted. The instructional value was good, the content was good, the information was second best. The technique on how to apply this information and the technique that we already have but we don't really know how to use was opened up. The doors were opened on, okay, you already have this within you, let me just teach you how to use it. And we got a lot of good feedback from it, both from experienced officers and new officers. I can, after reading all the evaluations, none of which were negative. We had officers that had 6 months up to 25 plus years. The average, I think, was around 14 or 15 years for the overall average. A lot of the students were overwhelmed with this. A lot of the feedback was, why didn't they teach me this when I started my career? Why aren't they teaching this now? I got a general census that it could be used in their everyday life, whether at home or on the job or coaching the kids' baseball team. The response was good again. I believe there were a lot of interest in having this taught at the different agencies that were represented there.
program.
I will. I'll recommend it. We here at the Alexandria Police Department are always looking to further and better educate our officers. We try to stay on top of the current trends. We would like to be more proactive versus reactive. This product could help. You know, the information that is, the content that's involved in this, you know, can help make better decisions, and whether you're disciplining a subordinate, you're out there working in the field, or you know, you're having to train an individual in one-on-one sessions. You know, you have to have the focus of what's going on, to get to your end result. You don't need outside distractions, and you know, trying to learn from the individual, whether it's a cadet or a suspect, what they're thinking, their body language, their emotional state, I guess, to try to stay one step ahead. How much to push this new cadet, you know, so that they don't get discouraged within themselves, when to back off when they're starting to learn. And it could just, it could play an important role in training. We do physical training and that PT, physical training, and DT, which is defensive tactics, physical training, defensive tactics. We do the defensive tactics, we do the physical instruction, get them into shape, teach them how to effect arrest or take a suspect in custody or deal with certain situations. Our instructional phase on emotional aspects of our career is not as broad as I would like it to be, and this could fit very well within that program.
Here in this industry?
We have to be smarter now than we've ever been. With the trend of people wanting to test the waters per se and videotape everything and submit the video